But for our furry friends too. Here to help us keep them safe at home and while traveling is Anita Sahu and Casey Gish from Camp Bow Wow. Guys, thank you so much for joining us.
Thank you.
Hi, how you doing?
Definitely getting to that point where we need to keep the dogs inside.
We do.
But when you are out and about, maybe at the park, heat stroke is a serious issue with dogs too. So what are we looking for?
Well, dogs they don't have the ability to perspire.
Okay.
So they have to get rid of the excess body heat through panting. So if you see excessive panting, there's a few other signs
Glazed
and symptoms
eyes,
too. Yeah.
not listening to to your commands.
Okay.
Some confusion.
Get them water, get them inside, get them
Yes,
cooled down
yes.
right away.
Absolutely.
All right, so what about if you're flying with your pet? A lot of people like to take their pets with them on the airplane to go wherever they're going for the summer. What are some tips there?
So for me, I don't think you should take a large
big dog. Yeah, I agree, girl.
If they're going to be in a cabin, or I'm sorry, in the cargo area, that is not the right place for a dog to transport.
Breaks my heart.
A place like Camp Bow Wow is the place to bring your dog.
Right, if you can't take them with them. But
yeah.
in the cabin, it's not so bad. So
Correct.
kind of got to make sure you have the right carrier, though,
Right,
too.
right. So you want to get a carrier, and you want to make sure that the dog is used to that carrier, and they fit in that carrier, and they've been trained to stay in there for as long as the duration of your flight.
Now, what about a road trip?
Oh, I love road trips. This is my element. I love being with my dogs all the time, and I want to do everything I can to be with them. So going on road trips is, a 3 or 4 hour trip to LA. I always try to find a little stop along the way where they can get a little break, get some, stretch, get their legs out.
What about a seatbelt? I've heard of doggy seatbelts.
There are.
Okay.
Yep, so there's a lot of safety devices now available that you can use to hook your dog into the seatbelt system. And they typically give the dog a lot of room to maneuver around on the seat, but in the event of an accident, keeps them from flying around inside the cabin of the car. You can also, if you got an SUV, you can get a gate so that the dogs
they can't jump around then.
Right.
Yeah.
So like in my SUV, I have a gate sitting on top of the second row of the seat, because if I don't have it up, they're constantly jumping
Up
into
there
the
in your
back
face.
seat.
What about feeding? How early should I feed them if I'm hitting the road?
You want to wait about, you want to feed at least 6 hours in advance of your travel. You want your dog to have digested all that food, have had plenty of water before you even get started. And then, give them a good stretch and a rest break on your route there, so they can do their business.
Right, and I can imagine keeping things familiar too. I mean, what are ways to kind of comfort them when we're on the road or even at like a pet-friendly hotel?
Well, one thing you can do is plan your route so that when you stop, there's a nice dog park or dog-friendly hotel, so that they can go to the bathroom, especially a dog park. They're going to be familiar with that. But especially with big dogs, the #1 thing you can do is take your dog to a Camp Bow Wow, and you can leave them there, and wherever you are in the world, you can watch your dogs playing on our high-definition webcams.
That's cool, and I always know, bring their same blankets and everything so it smells like home.
Exactly.
I love that idea. And I gotta say, Bella didn't even know she was here the whole time. Just chilling the whole time. I love that. Good girl.
Bella goes to Camp Bow Wow all the time.
There you go.
Even though
all right, a trip to the grocery store, guys. It turned into